It's Wednesday, April the 29th, 2026. You're listening to the DX Today AI Daily Brief. Today, NVIDIA opens up a new multimodal AI model. Google signs a classified AI deal with the Pentagon. And Elon Musk takes the stand in Oakland against OpenAI. Let's get into it.
NVIDIA today released Nemotron 3 Nano Omni, an open multimodal AI model that handles vision, audio, and language inside a single 30 billion parameter system. The hybrid mixture of experts' design activates only 3 billion parameters per token, runs on roughly 25 gigabytes of memory, and delivers up to 9 times the throughput of competing Open Omni models on video and document workloads. NVIDIA says the model tops 6 leaderboards covering complex document intelligence and video and audio understanding. It is now available on Hugging Face OpenRouter and build.nvidia.com, with early adopters including Foxconn, Palantir, Oracle, Dell Technologies, and DocuSign.
Now to Washington.
Google has signed a classified contract giving the U.S. Department of Defense expanded access to its AI for what the agreement calls any lawful government purpose, including classified networks. The Pentagon will be able to use Google's Gemini models for sensitive military work, and the deal reportedly requires Google to support adjustments to its AI safety filters at the government's request. The signing came hours after more than 560 Google employees published an open letter to Chief Executive Sundar Pichai, urging him to refuse exactly this kind of arrangement. The contract follows the collapse of similar negotiations between the Pentagon and Anthropic, which had refused the broad lawful purpose language the Trump administration demanded.
Across the bay in Oakland.
Opening statements began Tuesday in Elon Musk's lawsuit against OpenAI, with Musk himself taking the stand at the federal courthouse in Oakland, California. Musk is seeking $130 billion in damages and is asking the court to force OpenAI back to a nonprofit structure and to remove Chief Executive Sam Altman and President Greg Brockman from the company's board. From the witness stand, Musk told the 9-person jury that AI could kill us all, and he invoked the Terminator and Star Trek to describe 2 possible futures. Microsoft is also a defendant in the case, accused of aiding OpenAI's alleged breach of charitable trust. Musk is scheduled to be cross-examined by OpenAI's lawyers Wednesday morning, in a trial expected to last 3 weeks.
Now to Croatia.
A transatlantic investment group has unveiled what would be the largest private foreign investment in Croatian history. A €50 billion hyperscale AI data center campus called Pantheon AI. The site, in the town of Topusko, will be built to NVIDIA gigawatt-scale AI factory standards, with 1 gigawatt of total capacity and 800 megawatts of usable IT load on a 310-acre campus. The first €12 billion phase begins construction in early 2027 and is expected to be operational by the first quarter of 2029. The project will allow up to 5.2 gigawatts of new renewable energy onto Croatia's grid, and was announced at the 3 Seas Initiative Summit in Dubrovnik.
Now from China.
Chinese AI lab DeepSeek's flagship model, DeepSeek version 4 Pro, went live Tuesday on Ollama's US-hosted cloud. It is a mixture of expert system with 1.6 trillion total parameters and 49 billion activated, built for frontier-level reasoning across a 1 million token context window. Developers can now point Claude Code or the Hermes agent at the model with a single command, putting an open-weight Chinese system at the front of many Western development stacks. The release lands roughly a year after DeepSeek's first model upended global AI economics, and it adds to a steady drumbeat of Chinese open-weight launches that are reshaping the cost curve for foundation AI models worldwide.
Across the Atlantic.
In Brussels, the European Union's high-stakes negotiations on the so-called AI omnibus moved to their final political trilogue Tuesday, with negotiators converging on text that would replace the looming August 2nd, 2026 compliance deadline with 2 new fixed dates. Under the emerging deal, standalone high-risk AI systems classified under Annex 3 would have to comply by December 2nd, 2027, and high-risk AI embedded in regulated products by August 2, 2028. Officials say formal adoption could come by July. The delay is meant to give industry breathing room ahead of fines that can reach 35 million euros, or 7% of global turnover, while preserving the original framework of the AI Act.
To London now.
London-based AI recruiting startup Dex announced a $5.3 million seed round Tuesday, led by Notion Capital. Including an earlier $3.1 million pre-seed round, the company has now raised $8.4 million in total. Dex uses AI to source candidates, screen resumes, and run early-stage outreach for hiring teams that are increasingly stretched as headcount holds flat across the technology sector. Founders say the new capital will fund offices in New York and San Francisco later this year, as Dex tries to ride a broader wave of investor interest in tools that automate the parts of recruiting that have traditionally been the most labor-intensive.
On to enterprise services.
Cognizant unveiled the Cognizant Innovation Network. Tuesday, a new corporate investment arm aimed at backing early and mid-stage enterprise software startups. The IT services giant says the program will focus on AI, data, cybersecurity, and cloud, and is designed to plug breakthrough technologies more quickly into solutions for its global 2,000 client base. The move puts Cognizant alongside a growing list of services firms standing up dedicated venture vehicles to keep pace with a startup landscape now dominated by AI-native challengers. Cognizant did not disclose the size of the fund, but said the structure is intended to support both minority equity investments and deeper commercial partnerships with portfolio companies.
Heading to the Gulf.
Two technology firms, Airrived and Wisdom Technology, launched the Qatar Sovereign Cloud Tuesday, a platform aimed at energy operators, government bodies, and financial institutions in the Gulf state. The system runs on Wisdom Technology's secure Qatar-based data centers and uses Airrived's agentic operating system to let customers fine-tune large language models, build deep reasoning AI systems, and run intelligent workflows without hiring scarce AI talent or building infrastructure from scratch. The companies say the platform aligns with the Qatar National Vision 2030 plan and, crucially, keeps data, models, and intelligence under domestic control. It is the latest entry in a global race to stand up sovereign AI clouds across the Gulf region.
Now to cybersecurity.
A new report from the CyberEdge group is sharpening fears about AI's impact on cybersecurity work. The 2026 Cyber Threat Defense Report, out Tuesday, found that 80% of IT security professionals believe AI will significantly reduce the number of people required to do their current jobs, and 46% expect that shift within the next 2 years. At the same time, 97% of IT security hiring managers say they now want candidates with at least one AI-related skill. The report also flags a growing offensive risk, with 46% of respondents saying AI is already contributing to adaptive and evasive malware that traditional defenses struggle to catch.
Turning to the markets.
U.S. equity markets took a hit Tuesday after the Wall Street Journal reported OpenAI missed key revenue targets in 2025, raising fresh questions about the economics underpinning the AI boom. The Russell 2000 Small Cap Index fell sharply on the report. The NASDAQ 100 dropped about 1%, and the broader NASDAQ composite slid 0.9%, dragged lower by chip stocks tied closely to OpenAI's spending plans. The story landed at an awkward moment, with Microsoft, Alphabet, Amazon, and Meta all set to report earnings Wednesday after the close, in reports that will spell out exactly how much each company is now spending on AI infrastructure this year.
And one final story.
A stark warning on agentic AI governance. OutSystems published its 2026 State of AI Development Report this week, surveying 1,900 IT leaders worldwide. 96% said their organizations now run AI agents in production, and 97% are exploring system-wide agentic strategies. But 94% flagged concern that agent sprawl is increasing complexity, technical debt, and security risk, and only 12% have a single central platform to manage their agents. A separate Deloitte survey released this month echoed the warning, finding nearly 3/4 of companies plan to deploy agentic AI within 2 years, while only 21% have a mature governance model in place.
That's your briefing for Wednesday, April the 29th, 2026. For DX Today, stay curious.